Hey everybody, this is Captain Yeet here for you for another Kagurabachi Manga chapter review. This is going to be Manga chapter 24 titled Hunters. So, let's get into it. So this chapter starts off right where we left off with the toe right in front of Mr. Sabi and Chihiro and they're finna fight. Mr. Sabi starts thinking to himself like, this isn't really good. We came here to, come and steal the sword and they get away. Now we gotta fight three of the strongest bodyguards of the Samasi clan. This isn't good. We should probably get out of here while we can. And he says out loud, so you can actually fight if you want to. The Sazumi leader, Hanaiko's dad, he goes, yes. Now, normally, obviously, we stand no chance against a sacred blade. But with my three bodyguards plus me, we can stand a chance. And I'm full aware of the sacrifices I'm going to have to make to my people that's going to happen because, well, we're fighting an enchanted blade. Somebody's going to die, obviously. But hey, I'm willing to make that sacrifice as long as we can get that blade in our possession. Everything will be okay then. And it was a really cool line he says right after that. Because he goes, you guys came here thinking you guys would be the hunters taking the blade from us. But actually, we're the hunters. Oh, okay. That was kind of cool. It really reminded me of Sanji when he said he was the hunter fighting Jabra in his lobby. That was pretty dope. Anyway, Mr. Sabi grabs Chihiro. And he goes, okay, this isn't really good. We should just teleport and get out of here. Chihiro says no. He wants to stay and fight. That surprises Mr. Sabi. Then we cut over to a flashback to Mr. Sabi and Chihiro talking. Mr. Sabi saying that he got some information from from Azuma that they're gonna do a bid on the Sacred Blade at this auction. So they need to hurry up and get it first before they do. And Chihiro's like, wow, really? Is it okay for Azuma to leak so much information to us? And Mr. Sabi, I want to read what he says because I'm not gonna remember what he said word by word. He said the Kam UBI, that big group that he's a part of, is the country itself. They can pour in as much money as they need to. They intend to win the Shinichi, that's the blade's name, no matter the cost. Once the bidding on the Shinichi begins, it's bound to end up in the Ka Yubai's hands, which must also mean the Kam Bubai will also be able to wield it. And we also get another panel of that random guy sitting in like a empty space with a bunch of ropes around it. And then we get another flashback with little kid Chihiro and Chihiro's dad. And Chihiro is looking at the blade, well not the blade, but he's looking at the box with the blade is in, the Shinichi. And this specific blade is wrapped up a lot tighter than all the other blades. And he, obviously Chihiro's like, hey, how come that blade is locked up a lot more tighter than everything else? Is it powerful? And the dad says, yes, it isn't just powerful, it's different. That's why it requires more security than the others. This also applies to the other blades too, but wouldn't there all be safer in the Kambuari's possession? This is what Chihiro says. The dad says, well, nah. A lot has happened. I'll tell you about it later. The reason it needs to be secure and the reason that we haven't passed it on to the Kamubaris are in the same. The Shinichi is one sword that we cannot let anyone ever use again. And Chihiro remembers that. And he goes, okay, well, I have to stay here and fight. We came here to figure out where the storehouse is to steal the blade. If we do teleport out of here and come back later on, we still don't know a lot of information on how we're going to get inside the storehouse. It's just sort of like inside of the dad's body. And so we need to stay here and fight. I'm not leaving. And I'm definitely not going to let these guys use the Shinichi. I'm definitely not going to let it be an auction so the Kanamis can get it. Because the dad didn't want that to happen in the first place. So they're going to stay here and fight. So as soon as they start to fight, we hear a big ringing sound go off, and everybody's looking to the side, and then we cut away over to Hanika. I'm saying his name wrong. I gotta think of it. I gotta figure out how to say his name. The guy that's been helping him. I gotta figure out how to say his name. But Haniki? I'm gonna just say Haniki. Anyway, when we left him off, Haniki's brother came in front of him. And last chapter he was saying that since he left the family, Haniki brothers or anybody from the Samasi clan are going to kill him on sight. Haniki sees his brother and gets a flashback of his brother beating him senseless when he used to live at the house, and he tries to jump off. They're in like a apartment complex, and they're like on the 7th floor. So he tries to jump off the balcony. His brother catches him. He goes, "Whoa, hey man, what are you doing? I came to bring you back home. Where are you going?" He goes, Haniki is like, "You're gonna kill me anyway, right? So he goes, let me jump off this building and get splat on the ground. He goes, why would I let you splat on the ground like that? You're my little brother. I love you. And Hanaki starts to think to himself, he actually does kind of care for me, my older brother. But he shows it in a weird way. He shows it by punching and kicking. Now, in his brother's mind, he thinks that there was a slave inside of an auction one year. And he thinks that that slave woman did a spell on him to make him go out of control and leave the family. So he goes, hey, everything's all good now. That lady that tempted you, that put that spell on you, she's dead. So now you can come back to the family. That spell's to be worn off. Obviously, Hanaki's like, that's not the reason why I left. You're not going to understand, so just please leave. And while they're talking, he gets really mad and starts to yell at him. And the brother gets kind of confused, like, you never talked back to me like this before. Why are you doing this? And he starts to grip Hanaki's shoulder. And then Hanayo, she walks down the stairs because she says, hey, it's going to rain today, so I came to bring you an umbrella. And the brother sees the lady, and she goes, oh, I understand now. You got mixed up with another woman. I'm so sorry about this. I'll just kill her, get the spell off you, and you can come back to the house. Hanaka's like, whoa, no, that's not what's going on. He grabs his brother. The brother, like, twists him around, punches him into the ground. Like, jeez. And it's concrete. Like, they're not on the ground. Like, they're on, like, the 7th or so floor. That's an apartment complex. So he's landing straight on concrete. He punches him, lands on the ground. Obviously, Hanayo, like, backs up, like, whoa, what's happening? And Hanaki grabs his brother's leg. Like, no, you got to stop. That's not what's happening. She didn't put no spell on me. It's just you. You're the crazy one. And Mitsusabi comes out of nowhere. I was like, what? He goes, this the guy? And I was like, yeah. He grabs the brother's face, teleports them like 3,000 feet in the air. So they're like high up in the sky, and you can see all the buildings below him. And he starts to cry. The brother, he goes, give me back my little brother. I'm like, what is happening? One, how did Mr. Sabi get there? Two, now they're gonna fight Sky High because I doubt he's gonna be able to beat the older brother that easily. He probably got some magic to him, and he starts to awaken his eye too. So he's gonna do something to Mr. Sabi or to counteract whatever he's doing. But I'm like, how did Mr. Sabi get here so quickly? We pan back over to Hanayo and Hariki, and she says, based on what happened last time with Sojo's men, we came up with a genius plan. Mr. Sabi's going to keep his phone off mute. And whenever something bad happens, I'm going to call him. So as soon as he hears the ring, he's going to know, oh, I'm in trouble. So he's going to teleport instantly to me. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But, he just left Chihito with 3 of the top assassins of the Samashi clan. So that's pretty bad. So what is going to happen? We get a flashback panel to where right where we left off with them at the beginning of the chapter where they hear the ring. Obviously, Mr. Sabi's like, hey, that's Hanayo. Something's going on. I need to go to her. Will you be okay? What are you going to do? Chihiro says, I'll figure something out. And he activates Nishiki, that move to where he gets faster and stronger. And the last panel is a double page spread. It looks really cool. Where we see all 3 of the top assassins running after Chihiro. Chihiro broke one of their swords. We see one person sky high coming down to Chihiro. Another person on the left. Another person on the right, all coming in to attack him. And we just see the dad, the leader of the Samashi clan, in the window. It's kind of funny because the window broke because they're outside fighting. He's like looking outside the window, the broken window, drinking some tea. He goes, I wonder how this is all going to play out. And that's the end of the chapter. So that's really cool. I can't wait to see what happens. Obviously, Mr. Sabi needs to hurry up and get back over to Chihiro to help him fight 3 people, plus 4 if the dad is going to step in. But Mr. Sabi got his hands full with the brother. I mean, they are sky high, so they could just let the brother drop. But he was one of the 4 top assassins. Because, there's 4 top assassins. There's only 3 fighting Chihiro because the brother went to go get his little brother. So, if he's one of the top assassins, well, bodyguards, that means he should be able to do something. So, I doubt it's going to be that easy just to teleport him sky high and drop him. He's going to be able to counteract whatever and do whatever to Mr. Sabi. So, we get to finally see Mr. Sabi fight. And Chihiro, unless he activates some new move or something, this is going to be pretty bad for him because there's nobody else there to help him. He's fighting 3 people. It was also really interesting to where his dad, because that's been a big theory so far because that's the only blade that's been locked up so tight because all the other sacred blades are just locked up in a box. The Sanichi is also locked up in a box but also has a rope around it. And obviously people have been like, hey, how come that blade is so, all tied up? We finally get well, we don't get a full answer to it, but his dad just says, well, it's really powerful, and there's something else to it, but he has to tell Chihiro later, so who knows what. It might have something to do with that guy in a weird space, so I guess we'll figure that out later, but I don't really know what. I'm sorry I'm talking so fast. I got people coming over, so I gotta hurry up and bang this out, because I got a lot more stuff to do later on, like Monday and Tuesday, so I got a busy week coming up. But that's really interesting too. One, with the whole what's going on with the blade and dad not saying it. Two, there's been a falling out with the dad and the Kamuji clan, the Kamubari clan. Well, not a clan, but the company. Because Chihiro like, why don't we just give it to the company? And the dad's like, well, something happened. And I cannot let this blade be wielded by anybody else. And I definitely cannot let this blade get into the hands of them. So something going on with them. There's a guy that also reviews Kagurabachi. I forgot his name. I think his name is Damo Senpai or Kage. I forgot his name. But he has a theory that the main leader of the Kamubari, the guy with the long beard, he's a traitor and he leaks information out and he just wants to get the sacred blade because he's a traitor. Maybe. That theory might be true because of what's going on in this chapter. I forgot his name though. Let me pause this and end the video so I can say his name out loud because that was a really good theory. And based on what's happening in this chapter, I mean, maybe. Maybe. So let's see. Oh, I was right. His name is Domo Senpai. D-O-M-O Senpai. I was just spitballing when I said it, but yeah, that's his name, Domo Senpai. So yeah, that's the theory he's been having for the last few chapters that he's been reviewing. So, and like I said, based on what just happened, it might be true. So yeah, like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you all later. Thank you all for watching. I thank you all there for being wonderful human beings, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. All right.